tonight on Live at the Apollo.
It's Lucy and Dave.
As we're here at the Nintendo Switch UK premiere, we've been hands-on with the console, but mostly
Zelda.
We spent a good 40 minutes between us. It's the first 20 minutes of the game, playable, and we both did slightly different things. So Dave, first of all, how did you find it? What did you do?
So I followed like the main quest line. Link wakes up, it's 100 years later, you meet a weird old man, which in any other game would probably be a little bit confusing. But he's
also
like,
in real life, don't meet weird old men.
Don't do that, don't fall asleep for 100 years and meet old men. You get your tablet, Shruka Stone, I can pronounce that, and that serves as like your map, your waypoints. And then, well, the first major thing I did is I awakened these towers, and I think that's the main crux of the game. You need to awaken all these towers to destroy the grand curse that's plaguing the Grand Plateau.
Because it's Calamity Ganon.
Calamity Ganon, which is an excellent name for like a prog rock band.
Yeah, it sounds like from the Wild West.
Yeah.
Calamity Ganon.
The first thing I did, woke up, found a stick. That's like the first weapon you get. You need to harvest all your weapons now from either killing enemies, finding in the world. I found like a woodcutter's axe, or just like branches and stuff, which I found very interesting, just having to live off the land when it comes to both my weapons, my food, all my resources. It's more survival based.
Although for me though, the annoying part about that aspect of gameplay is that your weapons, particularly things like the branches and clubs, will break.
Yeah.
And if you're mid-fight, that can be quite stressful.
Yeah. It's almost got some like Witcher style prep. If you're going into a big fight, you need to like, okay, I need a few weapons, I need a couple of this, I need a couple of that, and then you can like expand your weapons and improve your weapons. But one thing I'm thinking of is like, if you find the Master Sword, surely that thing isn't going to break in a few hits. There's got to be some weapons that you can keep throughout the game.
Yeah.
But at the minute, all I've had is like basic bone clubs, sticks, and rusty axes.
Yeah. Speaking of that prep, Witcher, Final Fantasy 15-esque, good home-cooked meals will set you up for a successful treasure hunt.
And you have to discover the recipes for yourself, because you can gather all the resources, like you find apples and mushrooms, bits of meat, weird little like bits of horn and stuff that fall off enemies, and you can kind of experiment with what works, what doesn't. Sometimes you'll make just bunches of poison. You're like, oh, cool. Spent 5 minutes eating that. Gonna kill myself.
But you know, I mean, for the first 20 minutes, obviously you can't really dig as deep as you want. Yeah. But overall, how did you find it? And have you played it on Wii U? And what are the main kind of differences?
I played it on Wii U at E3. Actually, the Wii U version was smoother. I had a few moments where there was frame drop. When I came to aiming with the Joy-Con controller, it was very difficult. I didn't experience that. I used the Wii U gamepad and it was a lot more stable. I don't know if that's just because it's bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I found there was a lot of texture pop-ins and quite a few texture issues, but you know, they are still saying this is prototype build.
When the textures do finally pop in, it does look beautiful. I said when we first put it up, it's like playing in a Studio Ghibli game.
Yeah, exactly.
So it looks very pretty, and you just have to wait for the textures to arrive.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, it's
I'm excited.
Fun and there is a lot of potential there.
Yeah. I'm just looking forward to playing more than the first 20 minutes, which I've done twice now.
Yeah. I feel like I know it off by heart now. Yeah. But for more on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, make sure you keep those eyes peeled at GameSpot.com.